And everyone in double file. Let's see what these racers have in store. 21 starters, 8 GTPs. And they are going to take the early four. Looks like Vanquish was bumping into the back of Green to start things off. He's going to get an early jump. But looks like he was smashing into the back there. Either way, it's going to be now 68 laps of racing. Vanquish on the second place and already getting that early charge here. He's going to be pushing around the outside. Let's jump on board with him, see what he's got in store for us as he rolls on the outside. Cod is going to be on his inside here. Keeping the pace nice and high and the intensity even higher as we make a quick dash to get your positions early on. There's going to be Europa, Kart squabbling in the middle of it all. Also going to jump in and see who we can have on the minicam. Who's going to give us some sweep and who's going to give us some good views of the track. We're on board with Ruins. In the meantime, simultaneously, it's going to be Europa sweeping through into fourth. Cod down into fifth. Karts has made his way to third as Vanquish is putting immense pressure on Green right out of the gate. Cod's going very narrow in the inside to try and defend himself off and get a bit of a gap as Iceband's breathing down his neck. Legacy's also going to go for a challenge. It's not going to have any easy pickings when it comes to positions. These early laps mean absolutely everything. Pipe's already in for first stop of 4. And see what these drivers have to show off for us. Let's also check in with Ardno. He's going to be having a clean gap on himself. And we'll also look where Green is at. He's got himself some clean air. He's got about half a second on Vanquish. But we can see there's a big gap, and it's going to be ripe for the taking. Oh no, Europa is spun. He's round. He's lost the back of the car. He tried to go aggressive on the inside and push a challenge to his other teammate, but it's not going to be in his favor at all. He's currently now sat 5 seconds behind. And this is going to be a golden opportunity. Legacy has now brought Iceband down into the fold, and Cod, despite the challenges, now actually broken up ahead. And he's on the back of Karts, or at least trying to chase back onto Karts right now. Like the ESP car was before, he's in his no man's land. He's not got any chance at taking a spot. Legacy down to the inside. Goes for the run on Iceband. Iceband's kind of boxed in by the GTs that's on the very edge. Legacy's going for it. Sabino is going to make contact with the rear, but that's not going to stop him. Legacy's up into 5th, and Karts, meanwhile, on the back of Vanquish. Got that early push, and now, I think, run out of a little bit of steam. Both of them up ahead. Vanquish now currently stands in the firing line. Karts gets a bit of slipstream. Will he go for an attack? He's going to poke his nose to the left. He is going to commit to it through the apex. Now, contact's being made. Vanquish refusing to yield an inch. Now going through the chicanes. Back in Sector 2, heading into Sector 3. Difficult times call for difficult measures. It's a tough challenge to lodge, especially against drivers of this caliber. Karts is holding his nerve. Goes a little bit more aggressive on the inside. Slightly wider sweep, hoping to get that slipstream and get the attack into the next corner. Iceband now into the pits for the GTPs. Closing in, good slipstream on the right side. Goes deep into the corner, parks it on the apex. Contact made. Vanquish not happy with that one, clearly. Tries to get a little bit of a switch back there, but Kart's placing his car very carefully. And actually leveraging his defensive position quite well. Vanquish, meanwhile, is going to be a little bit further behind. Oh, a little bit of contact made. That's a little bit of a push to pass, although tough to tell from this angle. Cod is going to sweep and make a double, though. He's going to capitalize on this situation out of nowhere. Still closing in hot. Pino on the right. Legacy has got to stick to his line. Hope that he can keep the nose in. Better speed around the left. It's going to hold onto the apex in turn 2. Nice maneuver there. Legacy still holds on to the position. Sabino got any means of an attack back? Doesn't quite have the shot. Only a matter of time before one yields. Question is, who is it going to be? Is Europa going to stand firm, or is Iceman going to be the one to prevail through continued pressure? Looks like Iceman's going for the charge here. He's going to go narrow. Going to just make it through that first couple of corners, although a bit of fishtailing going to hurt his exit pace. See Europa actually making contact with him on the exit. Switch over to his side. Iceman going as a narrow to try and at least cover off the middle of the circuit. Try to block him from a potential attack. Got Pipes and Geekin heading into the pit. See, half a second. Oh wait, something's happened. Carino is out. Carino also had a disconnection. Yeah, he's been disconnected as well. That's 2 now. Rough times. Sad to see. Fortunate for him here. That is going to make 2 GTs that we've now lost on the course. So we've got Green actually making up time on his teammate, but his teammate's losing, so he's not really gaining up to COD so much as it is just bringing his teammate more into his orbit. We are now down to, I believe this is 10. It's now down. So no, my mistake. It's 11. So, despite all the efforts, despite all the fight, all the challenge, as we come around the final corner, it is going to be a last-minute challenge, but to no avail from Cards. COD crosses the line and is the winner of Split 1 and of the round. And here we are, final couple of corners, stretching their way round, final time here, Mgezin. After a fairly clean run all the way through to the end, he takes the checkered flag for the GT. Zoom's going to come through in a fairly close second and will currently be the second place holder. Somewhat closely followed by Smolka in the Dex car. Cholo and Pipes are really going to run it to the very end here. Now, Cholo is going to be taking the position on penalties. And even before the position, or lost on penalties with the 4.5 second, it is going to be still enough for Pipes to get the spot. Plugger's going to go into the next position. He's going to be going into 6th with Danny in 7th, coming across Geekin in 8th. Horizon making his way round. This is going to be for 9th position, but will he be able to make it to the end? We're running out of time here. I don't know if he's going to make it to the end before the timer drops. All there now. We will go for a bit more of a deep dive in just a moment, but let's see our leaders and our winners. Green in 3rd, Kart in 2nd, and COD Chaos taking the win. Congratulations to the 3 of you in the GTPs. There you go. What a showing. And coming off of that, let's see the rest of the field. It's going to be Vanquish, Sabino, Europa, Iceman, Legacy to complete your GTPs. And then Ngezin is going to be winner for the GTs alongside Zoom and Smolka for 2nd and 3rd. Pipes, Trollo, Plugger, Danny, Geekin, Horizon and Ruins complete your order to the top 10. With Ardno, Carino and 6 unfortunately DNFing and dropping out in the earliest stages of the race, getting DC'd. Never a good thing to happen to anyone. Do feel for them here, and that is going to be a sad end to their campaigns.